In a village that lay at the edge of the whispering woods, people had one simple rule: never stay in the forest after dark. Every family, every child knew the tales that had been passed down for generations. The woods were a place of mystery, where strange shadows danced and whispers filled the air. But why no one could remember? One chilly autumn evening, a brave young girl named Lyra decided she had to know the truth. Lyra had heard the whispers since she was little, and they haunted her dreams. Some said the voices were lost spirits. Others claimed they were warnings. But Lyra couldn't let go of the mystery, and her curiosity grew stronger than her fear. How can we live so close to something so unknown? She thought. It's time someone found out. Just before sunset, Lyra slipped out of her room and entered the whispering woods, her heart beating wildly. She walked deeper into the forest, following a trail of eerie whispers that seemed to come from all directions, twisting and pulling at her like ghostly fingers. As she walked, the trees grew taller, their branches stretching overhead, forming shadowy tunnels that blocked out of the evening light. Soon, she could no longer see the path that led back to the village. A shiver ran down her spine as she realized that the deeper she went, the louder the whispers became. They sounded like faint echoes of laughter, soft cries, and voices calling her name. The air grew colder, and a thick mist began to settle around her, making it difficult to see. Lyra tried to calm herself, but the forest felt as though it were watching her, waiting. Just then, she stumbled upon a clearing where an ancient well stood, surrounded by twisted roots and crumbling stones. The whispers grew louder here, almost beckoning her closer. Her heart raced as she looked into the well, its darkness so deep it seemed endless. She leaned over, and the faint voice of a child echoed from below. "Help me." Lyra's breath caught. She tried to pull away, but something inside her knew that she couldn't leave. She called down into the well, "Who's there?" The voice replied, "I was once like you, curious and brave, but I stayed too long, and now I'm trapped here, a shadow with no form." Lyra's skin prickled as she remembered the tales. The whispers were the voices of those who had become lost in the woods, their curiosity binding them to the forest forever. She stepped back, her heart pounding, but before she could turn away, the voice whispered urgently, "Wait! You don't have to share my fate. I'll show you the way out, but only if you promise never to return." Lyra hesitated. Her curiosity had led her this far, and part of her wanted to uncover every secret the woods held. But then she looked around, realizing how cold and empty the forest felt, how trapped she already seemed. Swallowing her pride, she whispered back, "I promise." As soon as the words left her lips, the mist parted, revealing a narrow path through the trees, one that glowed faintly as if lit by starlight. She followed it, her footsteps quickening as she heard the whispers fade behind her. She felt the forest's eyes upon her, as if it were displeased by her escape. Shadows danced at the edges of her vision, reaching for her, but she didn't stop until she reached the edge of the woods. Lyra stumbled back into her village, the warmth and light of home filling her with relief. She kept her promise and never returned to the Whispering Woods, but she was forever changed, carrying with her the memory of Whispering Woods and the voices and the lost soul who had guided her out. From that night on, Lyra often told the village children her story, warning them never to let their curiosity lead them too deep into the unknown. Some secrets are meant to stay hidden, she would say, for even the bravest among us can be lost to shadows. Years passed, and the forest continued to whisper, luring the unwary with its mysteries. But Lyra's tale lived on, reminding everyone that sometimes letting go of curiosity can be the truest act of courage. Good night, dear listeners. Remember, curiosity is a powerful thing, but even the boldest must sometimes heed the shadows. Rest well, and may your dreams be filled with warmth and light.